course, Lance came right into it, but it was cute. Get that little thing.
Oh, this is here.
This was here yesterday, my little mini me.
She come on the show?
No, she stayed home from school yesterday. She was sick, so I brought her on, and the other one had a class, so I didn't have anything to do with her, so she dragged her with me. You know, it's like the typical movie screenplay you always see. Like the mom has to drag the kid to work because no one can watch her, and then it turns into a whole thing. Stuff you can really do every day, bringing your 3-year-old all around. She's how old now? Your 3-year-old is now 19.
Yeah, she's 19.
So you can have like real adult conversations with her.
Yes, when we have those moments, yes.
Is it hard? Tell me what I had to look forward to with my little girl.
I mean,
Are girls hard?
I don't know. It's like every individual is what they are, whether it's easy or hard.
You don't think it's a gender thing? Okay.
Because trouble is not gender-based, really. It's like,
that's
you
correct.
get into some trouble, and it's like, I love you just the same, you know? So whoever gets in trouble, whether female or male, gets trouble all the same. So, it is what it is.
We're talking to a familiar face. Remember Shane Evans? Shane came and played with us way back when, over the summer, on our rooftop, and we were all sort of, men and women alike, we all sort of fell in love with him. It was like swoon all at the same time. We were comparing cool factors a little bit right before you walked in. I was saying, there's something about you. Like you need to just be 5 seconds into a conversation and you know that you're just, like you're cool. Like you carry yourself, you got a sweet soul, like you got a really easy spirit to you, you're thoughtful, you know what I'm saying, you're introverted but you know when to speak. Like that's cool. And to understand the difference between you and someone else, we just have to look at, say, Lance.
Me.
Lance is the opposite of you, Shane. He is the opposite.
The opposite of cool.
You have a cool name. You play guitar. You dress cool. Like Lance wears black.
They look at me.
Lance.
I'm lukewarm.
His name is Lance. He wears glasses from the 1980s classic Return to the Nerds. What is it?
They're from the 1940s. They're
1940s.
vintage.
Those are swank. They look cool.
Those are shop glasses, which are even fresher.
He doesn't know that. He's not going for fresh.
Those are shop glasses, man. Those are those ones I used to want to take from shop and wear them, even though I didn't wear them.
Shop, Lance. Shop.
I used to go to the shop.
Oh my God.
Right. Cut wood and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're basically wearing goggles. So
but they're glasses, you know what I'm saying? Like to make it look a little less like goggles.
I don't know about that, but you're very sweet. Shane is a musician. He is an illustrator. He is an author. He is a poet. He is a father. He is an amazing friend. He is just one of those all-around cool guys who, as an artist, likes to explore new territory and then sort of dive in a little bit. And we first met Shane after he worked with Tay Diggs on Mixed Me and Chocolate Me.
Yeah.
Tell people a little bit about the series.
The series is
and these are books. They're children's books that you and Tay Diggs sort of collaborated on, right?
Yes. So it's so hard to say because once you put it out there, they become what they are. Yes, they're bound in a children's book or in a book format.
That being said,
we're starting to explore now the world of animation.
Okay.
So we started to speak with a company, Magnet Media, which is taking on the responsibility of being a collaborator with us and taking it further. So it's interesting when you create something, both Tay and I together, we fought to get this thing done.
Right.
It took a lot of work. So
why? It seems like it would be a very obvious yes on all fronts.
That's what I thought. So maybe it makes sense that sometimes the ones where you have to work harder
are worth it.
Yeah, and then those people are a lot more invested in it because there are books that come out like when you have a big name actor or a storyteller on board, like when Donna had a book series, like you don't see that as the book, you can get the books, but like she didn't keep going. Like Tay and I've been going 7 years with this process, so then it's meaningful, a different kind of meaning anyway.
What's the general theme in the books? Tell people what the theme of the books is about, how it came about.
I think the kind of like inflection on the me part of the series seems to be the theme. So you have chocolate me, you have mixed me, and we're doing a 3rd book coming up soon where it's like it's not part of the me series, but it is. It's connected just because he and I are doing it. But it's called I Love You More Than, and it's about the relationship between a father and a child, a son specifically. So that relationship really between parents and children.
Yeah.
And when we have to leave or like go away for a while or something happens within the family structure, like we're leaving it open enough to where
Right.
like all the different things that can happen to separate you from your child, that you
Yeah.
know, that's the separation is only part of it. Like it's the getting back together that's the everything of it, you know. So whatever it takes, it could be, you know, you're absent for a month, but then you receive that child again and they receive you back.
Yep.
It's a continuation, so we're working on that. But me is the title. It's like just the refrain of like saying, I am me, I am chocolate me, I am mixed me, I am parental me, I am like that thing.
And it's all the different outside forces that make you who you are. A mixed marriage, like a black father and a white mother, just anything on the outside that turns into you and you becoming who you are. It's Tay's story, kind of wrote it. You provided all the illustrations, which are really cool. And then you guys are also making sort of music around it as well.
Yes.
And how long ago did this start? 7 years ago?
7 years.
How far back do you and Tay go?
We go back way back. So we go back to high school age, and then
Did you go to high school together?
We went back to School of the Arts in Rochester, New York.
It's my hometown. It's not my hometown. I don't know why I said that, but I worked there for 5 years.
So you had a hometown.
I had other different
you're
hometown. It wasn't even
connected.
close to my hometown. My hometown was in Jamaica.
Right, all right,
Kingston,
yeah.
Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah, I'm from the islands.
No.
But
See,
I
she's
felt
Jamaican.
yeah, I'm Jamaican.
You know who she lived across the street from?
Bob Marley.
You did?
Hope Road
In
in Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah, we lived in the Merrifield Apartments. I don't know if you're familiar with Jamaica.
I went over there, yeah.
Yeah, so a quick story, very funny. He used to practice a lot, and everyone in the Merrifield, which is the apartment complex, directly, if you walk out of his gates, directly across the street is Merrifield Apartments. That's where we lived. My mom, my dad, and everyone in there used to complain all the time about this crazy guy who was always playing this loud, ridiculous-sounding music and smoking a lot. Bob Marley.
See?
Yeah, my parents never quite got like future stars. Like they didn't have their pulse on what was going to be cool and what wasn't. So.
Well, maybe their complaining actually made him like who he was, and everything, all forces like tend to.
See, I love that. That's
part of it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Rochester, I was a sportscaster up in Rochester, and I loved it very much.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
We went to Monroe High, and School of the Arts was affiliated with Monroe High.
Nice.
So then we, we would do our regular studies at Monroe, and then we cross the bridge literally and be in School of the Arts. Yeah, and anything through the arts with the arts. Tay was in dance, theater. I was in visual arts mostly, but then you start to cross over.
Yeah.
So you in plays and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you've got this book series, which is cool, and then you've got these other projects. Like, it's not enough that you're doing all that. You're like, you know what, I need more. I need more. I feel like what's missing is a musical which really brings in and draws from the lives, times, and efforts of both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Like, there's just not enough out there. I need to do it. And you're going to take it on.
I mean, I'm taking it on just from the perspective. It's true. I mean, I've got other book projects coming in, so you're juggling. Daughter just went to college, and
congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm traveling a lot. We continue on this book tour, and then it just came to me when the new year came around that storyline of tension between the two characters, and then the fact that you kind of pit them up against one another, as if one was this peaceful protester and the other one was this militant soul brother, and it was like the story is like a little bit more expanded than that.
Right.
And everybody always likes to simplify things, even in these days and times where all this political upheaval, it's like, well, just step back a little bit and put yourself in the shoes of two human beings that were thrust onto the stage.
Yeah.
And their intentions were mainly, I feel like, this is my own perspective, were mainly about bringing people together. And yet somehow the media always will position two humans as not the media, because that's unfair. It's unfair to say that is the case, but the media as in the storytelling
sure.
persona that's everyone has access to, will pit two human beings up against one another, even if that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie and Tupac, it's they might not even have any kind of association with one another. But there's a photograph of Malcolm and Martin shaking hands that I've always been intrigued by,
What's the story behind it?
That's the exploration. That's the exploration. And as you step back, you know, and if, you know, in these days and times too, it's like everyone is a photographer because everyone has a phone.
Yeah.
And its capacity is to take photographs, but it's not its only tool. Back in the day, like a black and white photograph like that would have been very specific. Like someone would have had to been invited into the room with the camera, with film, with the flash, everything ready. So, you know, I kind of want to explore that. And there's some video of that photograph, and it looks way less comfortable than the photograph. They look like they're really just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
So the exploration of how these two characters related as parents to the world, that was their main focus. They have children that are living and breathing, and their relationships with their, you know, with their partners, and like what that was, and that other external relationship with community as a whole. Like they were traveling all over the world. They were willing, you know, one won a Nobel Peace Prize in his living. Like the other traveled to Mecca. It's like, how do you bring those stories to life? So
you're trying to put together. You want to put. What's the end game? A musical?
Yes.
On Broadway.
I see it somewhere living in the city of New York.
And you put together a GoFundMe page. Tell people how they can get involved, because it's a great idea.
MM2000. You can go to GoFundMe and plug that in. And I'm really asking for, like, the beautiful thing about donations, I'm asking for like small donations so you can see a bigger group of people say yes to it in small quantities.
I love that.
Yeah. So, you know, then I put this number up there too that I just like the number 7, and I just kept multiplying 7. So, I mean, we're like less than a month into it, and I feel it's a success based on the fact that every day there's been momentum and giving. You know?
Yeah.
So then, you know, from the other end game is that I've already made a beautiful connection with a company here called Royal Family Theater, which is off Broadway, and they're interested in it. In the process. So, you know, you kind of start with readings and things like that. So I want to explore it through community first.
Shane, it's a lot of work.
I know.
It's not easy. We just got out of meeting with some of the cast members from Bronx Tale on Broadway right now. And that was a Bronx Tale. No-brainer to be on Broadway, right? It was already a famous show. It was a famous movie. You had De Niro on board. Still took 2 years to bring it to life. What's the drive for you in already having success doing other things, but wanting to push something that just seems so far out? What's that drive like? People are always looking, how do you get motivated? How do you find the time and the wherewithal to like push yourself to keep moving forward on something that seems so far off?
You know, having a relationship with Tay, and then, you know, Idina Menzel, like they've of course been together and through that world, and that's how they came together. Like seeing it and observing it, like on the outside. And then also I wanted to give a shout out to an organization called The Broader Way, which I brought you some stuff for.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will. A Broader Way.
I love stuff.
I know, right?
Right?
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
It's really good stuff.
All stuff is good
All
stuff.
stuff is good stuff.
Any stuff that Shane brings you is good
it's
stuff.
It's going to be meaningful stuff.
As he holds my guitar, my baby.
I know, this is really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really nice
Awesome.
choice.
Thank you.
Very nice choice.
Awesome.
With A Broader Way, we have taken on this challenge of being community organizers / leaders. We have observed girls from New York City come out to the Berkshires where we have this camp, and it started almost 7 years. I think, this would be our 7th year. But what we have done in the past is, over the course of a short time, like 10 days, we put together something that looks like a review, but I'm sure people relate to it as a musical. We put it on stage, and it works, you know? So I think the motivation has been seeing success on all those levels, like being on a stage, a Broadway stage, after the show is complete, and seeing like it's doable, and also knowing that you can't do it by yourself. So
right.
The other part of the motivation is to get to new people, you know.
Yep.
Get to new human beings that I have not a relationship with yet, and say this is where I'm needing.
Yeah.
You know, I've spoken to some other, great Broadway folks like Janine Tesori, and we just spoke yesterday. So she's like, I'll help you, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a motivator as well. People saying yes to it. So
we're talking to Shane Evans, who is a musician and an illustrator on children's books that he's collaborated on with Tay Diggs, his buddy, his high school buddy. and a couple new projects that he has going, including a GoFundMe. What do you type in to search on GoFundMe again for your project?
M2000.
MM2000. And then you're going to play some music for us in a bit, but first I want you to tell me about Oluisms.
You said it perfectly.
Of course I did. It's me. Just kidding. That was weird. And Mistyisms. Did I say that one right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you very much. Tell me about Misty and Olu.
This is a beautiful story. I'm going to try to get it out the best I can.
Ooh, I already love it.
First of all, isms, like we go through this idea of what an ism is, like, the isms. Like, they're not always the best isms. I don't know, is there a good ism?
Orgasm is a
Ism?
good ism.
Is it? Yeah, that's a good one.
Sorry.
That's an asm.
Orgasm, that's an asm.
Asm.
Asm. Sorry, the asms are better than the isms.
That's true. Now
Yeah.
we put that in focus. So,
Sure.
Olu and Misty Copeland. Olu is my brother, family, and then Misty is married to Olu,
Okay.
and so
Misty Copeland,
the dancer,
the very famous dancer.
exactly, very
Okay.
famous dancer,
Beautiful, phenomenal dancer, by the way.
and all that in person too. Like
Awesome.
That type of person.
Love that.
And so like obviously having a relationship with Olu over the years, I created this book called Olu's Dream about 12 years ago. It was my first written and illustrated by, and then when the book came out, it did well, it did nice. But it kind of, books kind of have a life, and it's out there, but I wanted to generate more life through the character. So Olu is a 7-year-old genius who speaks 7 languages, lives in London, and has got a whole other story that doesn't live in the book itself. So I started to extend the characterization. And so if you go to Oluisms.com, he expresses himself through his face. Like we are so very expressive through our face,
Yeah.
but we tend to simplify these facial expressions. Like, why are you mad? Like, oh, I'm not
Yeah.
mad. I'm sitting here thinking about something that I need to do later on.
Right.
So that's a literal face. And so when you get into the faces, like you can get on there with your children. It's that type of thing. Where you
Yeah.
can sit there and go through. And he's got a little side character named Brindle. So it's like Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
And so then once that developed, there's almost 100 of them on that page. Then I met Misty, and then I had a little character for her. So they have the same type of thing. They're expressing their emotions.
So you get to create, you get to draw, you get to be creative, you get to come up with storytell. Sort of combines all of your talents.
That's it, right there. And I worked for Hallmark for a lot of years.
Get out.
That was the reason why.
What was your specialty? Which genre?
Well, that's the thing. When you're there, you don't.
Mourning the loss of aunt and uncle. That's where they put shade.
No, the funny thing is that is part of the truth. You have to go through the full range of like emotions. Like when you work there, you don't take on a specialty of emotions.
Right.
Like you are just working on cards and all the variations of card emotions that they created. So I think that school of thought, Hallmark's school of thought, I learned a lot about sentiments, and then so through that, sentiment like work is how these characters came to be too.
I think Hallmark, I'm just off on a tangent here for a second, should have a request box, an online request box, because there's always like one genre of cards they never have. Like, it's been great doing this online show with you, but I wish you would stop saying For example, just
who were you
put it out
thinking
there.
of?
No one in particular, but I'm just saying. And then at the end, the most popular
could it be
extra
me?
one. Yeah, that's the one that becomes
I'm not
a card.
sure.
I love that. And can people go on now to Christyism.com and Oluism.com?
Oluism.
I'm sorry, Mistyism.com and Oluism?
Yep. Yes, they can go on both. Mistyism we're still working on, but we're gonna release one Mistyism every week for a year, 52 of them. So they're already complete, and so then you just kind of keep up with them.
I love it.
Yeah, and then we're doing like a little animated gift series too that'll be on that site.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's
So
really creative.
It's brilliant. Like when you see it unfold.
It seems like you just don't have enough going on in your life. Would you like to parent my 2 little kids and come sleep train them? Because
There's
what
real money
talents
in
don't
that,
you
Shane,
have?
by the way.
That would be great to do. And then what kind of music are you playing these days?
I still am working on like part of the musical work that I'm doing. I think that some of the music that I've had for a lot of years it has a place now with this idea for the musical.
Yeah.
So just reworking music. I mean, it could be the idea of Mix Me as a musical, Chocolate Me as a musical has come up, and this, this MM2000. So it's more like I'm working my storyline that I already have and somehow figuring out how it works into other work too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Who did you bring with you today?
Just my friend Frank Bell. He's a musician, he's doing this thing, and I don't know, just like what he does. He's in the city today, and it's like, come on by.
Does he want to come play with you a little bit? Or do you want to play something first on your own and then bring Frank on? Do you want Frank to come on? You run the show.
Get the guitar ready. And then
Come on, Frank. Get the guitar ready. That seemed to really...
Darren wants to know if you could if you could improv the Jenna Wolf theme song. Do it another time.
There's a Jenna
We need a Jenna Wolf theme song, so maybe in your spare time.
You need a theme song? You don't have a theme song?
Can you believe it?
We need a theme song.
We need a theme song. There's no song.
Give me your top 3 favorite singers of all time. Number 1.
I mean, this is just off the top.
Off the top.
Okay.
Right here.
Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Oh. What was that song? His most famous song?
I mean,
I know, the one I would know.
Wishing Well.
Yeah. Gonna be your wishing well, kiss and tell. That's all I knew. Don't get me recorded. And number 2?
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Stevie Wonder. My favorite song is probably not your favorite song.
What is it?
I just called to say I love you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No New Year's Day. And then I was obsessed with him on The Cosby Show. Remember when he made that cameo appearance on The Cosby Show?
That's right. I don't remember it.
Yeah, his limo bumped into Theo's car when they were on their way home. Yeah, and so he invited them to the recording studio. Do you remember that?
No.
Guys, come on, season 2, Cosby Show.
Pull that back in.
Number 3, Terrence Trent D'Arby, Stevie Wonder.
This dude is like little known and incredible. His name is Lewis Taylor, Lewistayllor. And he like came out with some incredible music. He's from London, and I've been listening to him for a long time. His first album, I think, is called Lewis Taylor's. It's his name. Some of the greatest music. He's a musician's musician. Like other musicians have told me about him.
What kind of music is it?
It's like soul-ish, but it doesn't have this. I mean, I say this. Music is music. I really feel that way, but. Like he describes it as having kind of a neo soul, but it's like he had come out of this kind of hard rock thing, but he said when he's talking about his music, he had grown up with that soul music. So,
yeah.
Eventually it'll kind of like find its way back into your music set.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so take the show, play some stuff for us, invite your buddy on whenever he wants to come on.
You want to come on? Like, I don't even figure out these.
This is an honor for me, by the way, to be playing my guitar.
We got to tune you?
So him tuning is what it sounds like when I play for real.
Uh-oh, Darren's yelling at me. What did I do wrong, Darren?
I'm
just watching the show here
Do
live.
you guys want my tuner?
Yeah, sure.
Can you grab the tuner in there for me?
A regular thing Jenna should say is what? Invite followers. Oh, guys, invite followers, please.
Please invite followers.
Everybody, please invite followers. Share on Facebook.
Share on Facebook. Yeah.
Thank you, Darren.
I haven't heard wishing on a long time. Was it way off? Think how much better my music this morning could have sounded had my guitar been. It's not really.
Tuning is all kind of relative to itself.
Only someone like Shane could
There
say
it
that.
is.
Tuning is all relative to itself.
It
man.
is.
It's
It's
a
like
story.
two
It's just a
instruments.
story.
And I'd
Two
be
lost
like,
souls trying to make sound.
it's a long story. I'm a little long-winded,
Oh my
but.
god. I was like, open your eyes so we can wrap it up.
You good? You got it?
Do you want to use my guitar tuner? Connor, can you bring this to Frank?
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. It's pretty close. You've got a similar guitar.
Come sit over here, Frank.
He's got a Taylor too.
Taylor's the way to go.
Oh, I forgot your capo again.
Sorry. Like
So when they start playing, I'll have them sit here and they'll play together if you want.
Darren wants Connor to sing.
Huh?
Connor, be corny, man.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so-
Alright, well, I'm gonna sit over here. Do you wanna hang out here and come sit down?
Sure.
I mean, you dictate how y'all wanna do your music, because I wanna be a fan for a second.
This is our first time rocking together, so
Yeah.
That's
we're
the
about to
idea.
like actually figure it out. So yeah, you want to come here, man?
Sure.
And then so you can see my hands, and it looks like you can freestyle letters on
How
that.
do you guys know each other?
How do we know each other? Just.
Do you guys just meet in the elevator?
I don't know how we know each other, just through the world of technology and
Yeah.
life at some point. But I don't know, man. Just musicians.
It happens.
That's
You wanna come around?
I'm gonna sneak right through here. I'll come around this way.
On the 41st day, still to recognize the bona fide mess I hate and despise society's creed, we live in sketched and greed, positioning desires and wants over needs. Shame is crime everywhere. We got people in systems that just don't care. Pocket enough wealth for bars for their own. Some evidential to some go home. And state turns a blind eye. And another state of the night is the pride. Why do you ask, are we in this space? Is in a humble position, we'll always face the God and gold. Shine thing. I speculate when the truth comes not in gold. Have your mind with the guilt to unfold. Why do you ask that we go there without a map and direction to anywhere? No pleasant state, current place. With no point to the media to start the chase. So look within. Stand up with me and let's all shout. Shout about love is a word we use every day. We don't use this word like yesterday. Time to recognize I got to bring it home. Focus, spirit to be reborn. Cause I did concepts to inner child. Cause you're an adult as I'm focused for a while. Love God, love family, love my friends, and I sure love me. I love the fact that I can rise above. I love the fact that I can love. On the 41st day, still to recognize. Every time I ask a question, it's why, oh why. One side says now it's time to do our part. The other side don't know quite where to start. You got to start somewhere, or you're gonna find you haven't moved anywhere. Like lines and scream, top of your lungs, whisper like a caring mother's love don't stand. Our sisters and brothers die. I wonder why for your own we have to cry. We are all a part of a living chain, and everyone can be effective just the same. Go your way, it's your duty as a soul on earth to stay connected to God and to the universe. Don't let it end before we gain. Just remind yourself what's important again. That love is a word we use every day. We don't use this word like yesterday. Time to recognize I got to bring it home. Focus, spirit to be reborn. Cause in these concepts, you're in a child, but you're adult as a voice for a while. Love God, love family, love my friends, and I sure love you. I love the fact that I can rise above. I love the fact that I can love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Yeah,
Dude, that
good.
was
Worked
awesome.
out. It worked out well.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you know that if I was 19 and my dad could play the guitar like this, I'd be the coolest cat in school. I mean, I love my dad, but he made buttons. So, like,
Really?
I mean, hardworking guy.
Mm.
But he probably never even picked up a guitar before. That's so cool. Does your kid think it's really cool that you do this?
She does. She got a guitar recently herself. Like, she plays left-handed too, so she'll flip the guitar around.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
She's playing on the left-handed guitar, or she's learning.
She's playing on left hand, so she
Okay.
like got it strung up this way. So. But you know, she had always been playing these right-handed guitars that we had around the house. So
Wow. What song was that?
I mean, that song is the 41st day, and it's, you know, I don't know. I talked about this before. It's like a daily regimen. It's a journal piece that I have, and then it's a music piece that I have. And I'm seeing it also as a part of the musical. It's like a daily like focus or commitment. That's what it is. That's what the song is about.
For me, that song would be playing in the background on like a cool Friday night when I have a bunch of people over and we're having a great conversation, a couple bottles of wine, and it's on, and someone's like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "That's Shane Evans." They're like, "Well, how do I get it?" I'm like, "You got to know me." It's generally how it goes.
Yeah, right.
Will you?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's addictive. Will you play something else for me?
Let me see. I'll just keep it in this space right here.
I just want to welcome all the people from a broader way. They just retweeted it.
Oh, for
so
real?
just maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Broadway just.
Really?
I want to shout out again to Broadway. We had an event last night with Audra McDonald and Janine Tesori, and we were in. I mean, I'm just gonna give it some life. We were in the house of Leonard Bernstein, where he lived, and we had this gathering of these two, you know, Broadway like professionals, and it was really just an open dialogue about life, and you know, abwbroadway.com.
They say, "Go Shane, we love you, Marissa and team."
I love her too. She was there. They have so much to do it, making sure everything operates, functions, flows. We've seen like girls grow up in this organization.
Yeah.
So that's where I got the goodie bag for you. So it's
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, bravo to them.
Right. Let me see if we get in tune here.
What are you gonna play for us?
This is from Olu's Dream, the book, so it's kind of related to the.
You made this? Created this? Wrote
Yep.
this?
Children, it's time to dream, and I know you don't know what I mean. Your imagination has no boundaries. You can be what you wanna be. You can be a super person or an astronaut. You can run away or eat anything you want. You can be the winner of the big race. When you wake, these dreams will contain with you. And you dream, oh dream. Be all that you can be. And when the sun does rise, bring these dreams to life. I know you don't want to sleep till the sun. You wanna stay awake and have big fun. Trust me when I say you'll have a good time tonight in your dream. You might come across some monsters in there, but don't get excited, you just grab your friend there. Yeah, no one's gonna tell you just what to dream, 'cause you set the pace for the race. Where you dream, oh dream. Be all that you can be. And when the sun does rise,
Dude, that was awesome.
Frank Bell's off the hook. Frank Bell off the hook.
And thank you for retweeting. I just saw that you retweeted us, which is really cool. Shane, you're so talented. Both of you are.
Sherry
so
Stretch
good.
wants to know, where can we find your music?
Man, it's so funny. It's like I haven't had time. That's the one thing I don't have time to record. And
What?
I know I'm in the.
What if someone wants to hear that again?
If you
They would have to come to the Jenna
Show.
Wolf Show.
They gotta come to the Jenna Wolf Show. They
Yeah.
gotta read whatever, tweet and repost and send it and share it again. You can find things
Let's
on
ask.
YouTube. Yep.
Have Catherine please get each one of those songs that he did. Let's put them up as a separate YouTube,
let's
and
blow
we'll
it
get
out.
it, blow it out there.
All right.
Yeah.
So everybody starts listening. That was really beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't know if we have any time we have any other seconds?
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
you got time.
Absolutely.
I want Frank to do something, you know? 'Cause
Your voice is incredible,
this
Frank.
brother's great.
Oh, thanks.
What kind of music? First of all, give me. This is how I know about you. Give me your top 3 artists.
Top 3
Yeah.
artists living,
No, your top 3 musicians of all time that you love.
musicians of all time.
Feel free to leave me out.
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say. I don't know. Probably Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder,
Stevie Nicks, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Nicks.
I mean-
Boy, all Stevies.
Yeah. I mean, Bob.
Stevie
Dylan,
Nicks, Stevie
Bob,
Ray Vaughan, and
Dylan,
Stevie Wonder. That's really funny.
Bob, Bob's, the Stevies, the
Bob's and Stevies.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have a request, or are you choosing, Frank?
I mean, what kind of vibe?
You don't look like a Frank. You look
What do I
like
look like?
you look like I don't know, maybe like a Kevin.
A Kevin?
Yeah,
A Kevin?
you don't look like a Frank
I
at
look like a
all.
Kevin?
Maybe not even a
Well,
Kevin.
I was telling Frank earlier, my dad's name is Frank.
Yeah.
And so, like,
I mean, I'm
No,
sure your
yeah.
dad.
you guys look pretty similar.
Yeah,
only,
right.
you know, you're a little broader than he is. But
No, naming you Frank would be like naming you Brad. Like you don't look like.
who were you
Brad.
named after?
My father.
So
Frank was my father's middle name.
Oh.
Maybe George.
George?
Would be a kind of a cool name.
I could
Good
always change
Syrian
my name.
George.
I
I don't
see
know.
a
I'll come up
Samson
with-
in him somehow.
I like Samson.
Actually, some comments here. Judy1534 says, loving this. Sherry Newton says, Jenna. Oh, by the way, we haven't had one of these in a few minutes. Sure miss
What
you
is
on the
this?
Today Show.
Oh, okay.
But in case Sherry was the lone missing you on the Today Show, Linda Martin says, miss you, Jenna, on the Today Show. So we have
Thank you.
Facebook and everybody there. Tracy Bender Schisler says, enjoying the nice weather with my granddaughter and listening to awesome music.
It's good.
Mark Sharp says, love listening to artists like this. Tracy McCann Joyner says, relaxing and listening to music, nothing better. Darren says, Lance, please put these songs on YouTube. Darren, no problem. I already asked Connor to do it, so it's just practically done. Lance asked, there's a Sherry Stretch, asked him if he plays any Jack Johnson music. And Patty Hamill says, love his name, Frank is perfect. Michelle Hicks says it's sexy.
It is sexy.
And okay, yeah, that's hot. So with a bunch of faces with the heart eyes.
Yeah.
All right, Frank,
Here we
it's
go.
your show, man. Let's go. Take us away.
I tend to write a lot of depressing songs.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm
relationship
depressed. You're
songs.
looking at me, so you're depressed. Is that?
No. This is a relationship song. I guess.
Yeah, let's
it's
take
called
it.
Eggshells. It's about, I guess, learning something from a bad situation or something.
That's a good thing, not a bad thing.
We can build upon these bridges, we can watch it burn. Either way, it's a lesson learned. We can stumble down this path, we can make a turn. Either way, it's a lesson learned. But I will fight till there's nothing left inside. I will push till there's no more room to pull. I will still always get lost in your eyes. But tonight, let's put it all aside. I'm walking on eggshells, signs speak, don't tell. Along the way, we've had our days. I'll always mean you well. This is not a farewell. I can't change a mind already made. I will fight till there's nothing left inside. I will push till there's no more room to pull. I will still always get lost in your eyes. But tonight, let's put it all aside. I'm walking on eggshells, signs speak, don't tell. Along the way, we've had our days. I'll always mean you well. This is not a farewell. I can't change my mind already made. We can build upon these bridges, we can watch it burn. Either way, it's a lesson learned. We can stumble down this path, or we can make a turn. Either way, it's a lesson learned. Either way, it's a lesson learned. Either way, it's a lesson learned.
Perfectly charted, man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Good times.
Good times is yes.
Michelle Hicks says, "Oh my God,
That-
Frank, that was amazing.
that
The
was
world is
amazing.
ready for your music. It's beautiful." Great from Sherry with a bunch of hand clapping, and Tracy Bender Schisler says, "My granddaughter is loving this. She was dancing." Patty Hamill mom says, "Awesome."
I want to buy that. How can I get that song?
It's on I guess iTunes.
Tell
and
everybody.
Spotify.
Own it, sell it, do it. You got a lot of people watching.
Just look up Frank Bell.
Jimmy! You're a Jimmy!
Jimmy?
Jimmy Bell.
You're Frank Bell. Let's
Frank Bell, though.
Frank Bell for now.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Everybody's gonna be typing in Jimmy
No,
Bell,
you're
looking
right.
for Frank's music.
Sorry, just keep
Darren is listening to this, delivering mail. Kobe 6 a.m. says, "Smile, man. It's all good." Darren wants to know, how do you spell Frank Bell? He's a mailman, so he needs to deliver for you. Let's go.
Just FrankBell.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There we go, Darren. Michelle Hicks says, "Just sold it, babe."
Oh my god, that was amazing. And I took this really cool panoramic shot.
That's French.
Oh, you thought it was a different last name?
Oh, wow, that's dope.
Look at this picture I took, Lance.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that was you were doing panorama?
Yeah, it took me 19 times to
Uh-oh.
figure it out.
Love
But
it.
it's cool, right?
That is cool. You gonna post that, or you're keeping that for yourself?
I'm gonna
we
post
need
it.
that.
Could you want to play one more song while you guys are here? It's such an honor. If you guys have time, it's such a privilege to have both of you here. Could you do it?
Tracy Bender Schisler says you are both awesome.
Yeah, it's just so much like.
Judy 1534 says loved it. Thanks for the bell.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
God, took the wind out of me. Sneezed it right out.
Blessing.
No, I wasn't looking for it, but thank you. Do we have time for the next one more?
What time is it?
I mean, we have time. Do they have time?
Do you guys have time?
You got time, right?
Yeah. It's funny because your singing voice isn't anything like your speaking voice. Your singing voice is your speaking voice. Like when you talk, you sing. When you speak, I don't hear that. And then all of a sudden, I was like,
I'm just curious, how do you find my singing voice? You know, there's this book. There's this book. It's called The Mathematics of Marriage.
Oh.
And in the Mathematics of Marriage, do you want me not to go into this?
I'm
sorry.
You're already
all right,
there.
go. No, usually they're 8-minute stories, but I feel like this is going to end fast. Go on.
So in this book, they have this therapist who basically videotaped couples, and he was able to predict from just watching the videotape years in advance whether they would get divorced or stay together. And one of the measurements was the contempt on the face of the people
When the other person
when
said,
the other person was talking. So
Right.
the level of contempt that you had in your facial
No.
expression when I was asking about my singing voice.
well, your singing's terrible. But,
Yes.
But
I'm sorry for killing the vibe,
You
Darren.
didn't kill the vibe. Matter of fact, I'll bring it right back to the Oluisms. When you check out Oluisms, it's all about the face. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Like if you have a contemptuous face, then you call it out, and then you can freeze that energy.
So when I train, I'm a personal trainer, the hardest thing for me is relax my face. And I
Relax
say this
the
to my
face.
clients, I say, I don't want to know how hard you're working,
Mm-mm.
right? I want to see everything easy. I don't want to know how hard, because then that's a weakness. If I know how hard you're working, I have entry into your soul. If I don't know how hard you're working, like there's mystery, and I love that. But
Right.
I'm bad at it. Like when I'm working hard. I'm like,
Michelle Hicks is bringing up here.
yeah.
She's saying, "Hi, Jen. Is Jenna saying Frank should be George and he doesn't sing the way he talks?" I'm laughing so hard right now, picking on Frank.
Everybody on.
I love George. I love Frank. I'm sorry. I said he looks like a Jimmy, but Frank Bell is what you need to go to find. I mean, just fantastic. Like, just really cool, soulful, awesome relationship in music. And the two of you guys together, if you have a night in New York City, go out, take the stage somewhere.
Yeah, maybe come on the Jenna Wolf Show again.
Yeah, come back again together. Are you from New York?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, good.
All right.
Come back again for sure.
So what are you doing tomorrow?
All right, so
Yeah, you should have him full
play another
show.
song. Yeah, he's going to. Shane, he's locked in. He doesn't know it yet, but he's now. Actually.
That's how it happens. That's how it works.
What do you want to do?
Oh man, you feeling something?
What else is available that people can go out and get right now? Something that's pretty that you like?
Of mine?
Yeah, why
I've got a couple records out.
Okay.
On iTunes and Spotify, Tidal, and
It's just something he does. He's got a couple records out. on
Bravo
YouTube.
Sierra is pointing out that there's loads of Frank Bell on YouTube.
there's that too.
Very cool. Well, you do you. Whatever you like, both of you. You guys decide.
I mean, if you want to open up, man, you can play.
Or maybe, yeah. Well, also, we're gonna have Frank back. Maybe we'll switch.
Okay. Shane, you decide who wants to lead or who wants to do your thing.
I mean, I know what I know. So
Yeah.
my chord progressions are easy. Matter of fact, you were already on them. So like. Rainbow of colors shining through my soul. A reminder of goodness only love knows. My only sun rising up and down. Turn my empty mind. And frown. light everywhere people stare. And I know who I am. I'm the peace within and a piece of you. A fractured light prism in my mind. I am kind, truth be told. I'm a rainbow. I'm a rainbow. Many flavors of me, out for the me, that's who I'll be. Experience as the light, E, earth living, day and night. D, delighted in who I am. M, come around and clap my hands. E, everyone in the mix, exclamation makes me shout it. I'm a rainbow. 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 I'm a
Favorite one so far.
It's fun, right?
Love it.
Who knew you could rap?
Love it.
Of course.
That was that's the Mix Me song. Actually, I remember
Yeah.
the first time you did that with me at the
house.
at the apartment. Yeah, I remember you did that.
That was awesome.
Good.
Really, really cool. You guys are great.
Good record, right?
Yeah.
I'm honored to have both of you here. I'm so excited to just sort of tweet it out and get your music out there. It's really cool. I know you don't have any time left in your day to squeeze out, but you should focus on some music. It's really good.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Tell me what some of our people said.
They're both saying that they're awesome. I think there's just a lot of awe. Darren actually had a question about the name of Frank, your album. Is your album?
Yes.
What's
Everything falls into place.
Everything Falls into Place. That's what you had asked. Yeah, the Periscope leaves, so I didn't write
Which
it
is
down.
a great message. I have a little sign in my house that says, it's small, but I always look at it, it says, I hate to spoil the ending, but everything's going to be okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you got a lot going on, you have to just make sure everything gets put into perspective. We good?
I think we're good.
You guys spent a lot of extra time with us, and for that, I can't thank you enough. You're talented. You're talented. You got a million projects going on, but right now you guys go to Shane's GoFundMe page. It's MM2000.
Yes.
Check it out. He's got a great project he's working on. It's really quite fascinating. The story's on there of what he's looking to do with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. So it's really a cool project, and see if you can help fund the project. Please come back next time you swing around this way. You are definitely going to come back as well. You've just barely tapped into your talents.
And shout out to the Broadway folk.
Yeah.
People also that's
It's really
Great
good stuff.
organization.
Yeah.
Great organization,
Thank you for
yeah.
the work that you're helping them do.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and bask in a little bit of this talent here, and then we're going to come right back and wrap things up. Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, well.
Do you play live anywhere?
I do.